Yeah, so give us some insight there. That's an awesome solo, and it's kind of combines some different things, right? So you're looking at some very melodic kind of playing up front, and then getting into some really cool, nice, speedy stuff.
So the melodic part, when we were talking earlier this week, we all had a pre-production meeting for this. The term sweet notes was thrown out there, and man, every time you say sweet notes, it's just like Robbie Calvo owns that. So the emphasis there, those chord tones are those for me. That's the sweet notes. And same thing with the cells. I'm trying to emphasize those and get in places where it puts me in the best possible situation. So again, this thing is in the key of B minor, relative to D. So whatever you're comfortable with thinking that. So I found, at least in diatonic harmony, that's where we're at now, that there's these two places that give you identical setups, and they're a lot of fun to play. So down here, we have this, and here's and this is the thing I was alluding to before. This, the trick that I'm doing is I'm putting 3 notes on the G string and 2 notes on the B string. So 3 notes on the 3rd string, 2 notes on the 2nd string. Wow, that just dawned on me. So that's a great way to remember that. So here's the 3 notes, and here's the 2 notes. Let's think of, the lowest note on each one is the 1st finger. And then, this one down here, the 3 notes is 1, 2, 4, which, by the way, that's a big thing for me with legato and playing in general. If I have 2 whole steps, I always go for a 1, 2, 4 fingering because of the independence. 3rd finger is very dependent on the surrounding fingers. And it's something to talk about a lot in this course. So I have this area now, and it feels really fun to play. And again, because of the condensed amount of notes I'm allowing myself to play, I really have to be conscious and really have to be mindful and meaningful about what it is that I'm playing. So legato can be something where it's such a great tool, but you can easily lose control of it and just start flying off the handle, and next thing you know, you're not playing anything, you're just moving around, which is fun and not a bad thing when you do it the right way. So anyway, back to this. I have that, and then right next to it, I'm taking each one of the notes. You can think of it this way. I'm taking each one of the notes and moving it up the next scale set. So what I get on the 3 notes I get on the G string, or the 3rd string, is this. Whole step, half step. And then the 2 notes I have on the 2nd string is, again, a whole step. So that's pretty cool for my vision. I have this constant thing on the 2nd string. And then I do have this varying thing on the 3rd string, but it has notes in common. Those 2. So when I get here to the 2nd area, that's what I have. Now, that same exact thing repeats itself a perfect 4th up, or 5 frets up. So 5 frets up puts me my 1st finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And again, I have 2 whole steps and then the whole step on the 2nd string, which, by the way, and this is the warp refraction zone. This is what it does. And I'm taking advantage of it. Any other string set, if I did what I'm doing right here, my 1st finger would be on the same fret. So for instance, I'm going to lower this an octave. That 1st finger gets to do this, which is really great, especially for a hybrid picking bass technique. Yeah, but it works really well here. And that's one of those it's one of those speedy licks. All I'm doing here is, yeah, I did that in there, definitely. That actually would be very difficult to do on the other string sets that are tuned in 4th. So I'm trying to get taking advantage of what this string set is affording me. And to finish this off, that's the same the same thing as it was down below. This connects to that and does the same thing starting here. This connects to this. So from there, I follow the changes and I put myself, just like the 1-octave cells, in the best place possible to exploit what I'm playing over. So I'll go to places that have, that feel comfortable. The first chord is B minor. And actually started down here. There's the root right there. For D. Third and root. There's the fifth of the chord. And then for the A, it's really nice. You get this. I played that phrase. And just a quick comment about both of these. You don't have to be locked into, say you're looking at the fingerings on the chart. You absolutely do not have to be locked into the fingering in the cell. For instance, I just stepped out of it to do this. A nice young lust type of feel. I did a slide with the third finger. I didn't lock myself into only playing these fingerings, just as if I was playing a 1-octave cell. Let's say we'll go back to the first one I was showing you. I'm not locked into those fingers. Those fingers can turn into this on the high E string. It doesn't have to be 1, 3, 4. It could be 1, 2, 3. Of course, we're going to get into this in one of the variations. We haven't even started talking about sliding yet. And sliding automatically starts throwing your fingering all over the place. Just think of a fingering really as a map. Underneath the fingering is locations. And those locations is what your map is. And you can manipulate those locations any way you see fit to play your legato ideas.